Hello there, Macarb here, as usual. First off, I want to mention the absolutely amazing new art style for the channel. This wouldn't be possible without my girlfriend, Oraa, so I really suggest checking out her Twitch. It's in the description of every one of my videos. Anyway, on to the topic of today's video, chaos magic. I've been procrastinating on this video for a long while. It isn't that I didn't want to do it, it's just that I wanted to do it well, and it's a pretty difficult subject. If you get confused during this video, don't worry. Chaos magic has the tendency to do that, even to people who practice it. This is just a general overview too. I don't want to do a full disclosure video and delve into literally every subject there is for chaos magic, because that'd take days. In the future, I'll be posting a lot more on the subject, so stay tuned. To boil the subject down a little, I'm just going to address a key point you need to understand before we start looking into chaos magic. The name. Contrary to popular belief, chaos does not equal evil. According to Merriam-Webster Dictionary, it is defined as a state of utter confusion, a confused mass or mixture, and a state of things in which chance is supreme. All of these are pretty dang close to what chaos magic is. For some reason, chaos is a negative term to a lot of people, and they tend to think that chaos magic is thus negative. In order to understand chaos magic, you have to throw that spiritual morality out of the window. Now that I say that, just throw everything else out too. That's why I'm covering the window in this video, because I accidentally forgot to open it. When I say that, I'm trying to get across that chaos magic pretty much just gives a big screw you to any predefined spiritual views of anything. This is because a chaote, someone who practices chaos magic, has beliefs that are irregularly shifting and changing. In chaos magic terminology, we call this a paradigm shift. A paradigm is essentially a fancy word for a belief. Long story short, it's what a chaote does when they change what they believe in and how they believe it. The best definition I found was from the Reddit user Aonion. They say that a paradigm shift is being able to believe in nothing when you want to act careless, believe that a single word you say can change the world when it is your will. This is essentially the core of what chaos magic is. Belief. Chaos magic is almost next to impossible to define, and every chaote probably has a different way of describing it. However, most definitions will center around that. Belief is a tool to use in your magic. Now, considering that belief is a tool in chaos magic, this leads to the adoption and incorporation of other belief systems into a chaote's own paradigms. A chaote may take religious and/or spiritual beliefs from certain systems, adapt them to their own belief system, and then discard those parts when they no longer need them. They might pick them up again and incorporate them in the future, or not. Imagine chaotes like pawn shops. Pawn shops buy stuff they think they can sell for a higher price, and then sell it to benefit them with more money. Chaotes are kind of similar. They take in bits and pieces of belief systems they think might benefit them, then when they don't need them anymore, they just kind of drop them from their practice. It's just they might pick them up again later. If you didn't just imagine Rick Harrison during that example, I'm ashamed. Anyway, a skilled chaote is the type of person who can switch what they believe on a dime. For example, one second they could argue with astrologists and say it's an outdated practice, and the next they could walk up to a group of scientists and argue the importance of astrology. Hypocritical? Yes. Funny to imagine? Also yes. A lot of chaos magic consists of just that. The changing and alteration of your beliefs so that they are most effective for the current work you are doing is extremely important to the overall practice. Moving forward, I want to mention a question that is likely on everyone's mind right now. Isn't that just a type of eclectic witchcraft? Well, the answer is no, because I haven't mentioned a certain aspect yet. What makes chaos magic is chaos, randomness, and unpredictability. Eclectic systems usually will develop a singular personal practice. They may take or give from other systems of beliefs, but they always have that constructed, constant tradition. There's structure, thus it isn't chaos magic. Rather, chaos magic thrives on the present. A personal system is never developed, and even if it is, it's only there for a short amount of time. What beliefs you have that apply right now may be completely inapplicable within the next hour. Chaos lacks any sort of confinement by tradition. The moment something is tradition in your craft, it becomes eclectic. Once nothing is definitive, it becomes chaotic. Now, there's something about all of this that is sort of ironic, which I want to point out. The general consensus is that chaos magic requires that the practitioner have no definitive, constant beliefs. However, this in itself is a definitive belief. No matter how you tweak or mess with the definition of chaos magic, it has to have that, a definition. A definition is something that describes what something is and what it isn't. It comes from a clear-cut, factual, and definitive approach. It puts requisites on what something is or isn't. Therefore, by describing what chaos magic is, it doesn't become chaos magic. This is one of those issues that chaos magic presents, a sort of paradox. Chaos magic cannot include any definitive beliefs, however, by explaining it, you create a definitive belief, yet it's still chaos magic. Once you delve deep enough into the concept of chaos magic, it does this a lot. Not exactly the same paradoxical situation, but it can create quite a few of those mental puzzles that hurt your mind the more you think about them. My honest suggestion, do not think about them. This has actually caused some interesting debates over the origins of chaos magic, though. When chaos magic first started to become prevalent, a society called the Illuminates of Thanateros was formed. This was around the late 1970s. It was founded by Peter J. Carroll, author of Liber Null, and Ray Sherwin. Both were very important in the formation of chaos magic as we see it today, and could very well be called the founders of the practice. Though it shouldn't have to be mentioned based on who founded it, the IoT is an organization that focuses on the practice of chaos magic. Without going into detail of an argument I'd rather avoid, some independent chaotes have criticized the IoT. Their argument is that chaos magic shouldn't have anything definitive attached to it, and that the IoT, acting as a definitive figure, defies that. It's interesting to look into. Speaking of the IoT and early history of chaos magic, it's interesting to note that it hasn't been around that long. Chaos magic first started becoming popular in the 1980s and only really began in the 1970s with the foundations for the IoT being laid. Right now, it exists as the teenager of the occult world. Not the edgy one, though. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. In the coming weeks, I'll begin to dive deeper into the individual topics of chaos magic as to not overwhelm anyone in one video. Chaos magic is easier to understand in little bits and pieces. Wishing you a beautiful morning, evening, and night wherever you are, this has been Macabre. Till next time! Hey, thanks for watching until the end. Before I go, I want to give some credit where it's due. This video and my entire channel would not have been possible without my amazing artist and even greater friend, Oraa. Check out her Twitch below. If you like my content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Thanks for watching!